other movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty sure he was safe there as well. Okay, so that assault goes in. And I don't think anything can stop him. Okay, cool. So we have a grand total. So the assault's going in. First thing that happens in an assault, now that an assault is happening, do I have any other movement? Because assaults are done at the end of the movement phase. Yes, I do.
Now, does Clark get the fire again because it's an assault, or is he done?
He does not get opportunity fire. However, the assault gets. He doesn't get opportunity fire. As opportunity fire is taking place when I'm moving, and it takes place in another hex. Once the assault happens, it's like in the hex, and that's an actual like combat phase where everybody is fighting and Clark's gonna get to throw a grenade, he's gonna get to shoot, it's a different kind of an assault. That's why I wanted to do at least one assault in the stream. I wanted to at least show everybody how it worked.
Sure.
Yeah, he's not done. I mean, I think he's done, but he's not going down without swinging, which is more than I can say for your M60s. These guys are done. They're pinned, and any pinned down unit that gets assaulted is immediately removed from the battlefield. That is going to be a captured casualty point if I take the hex, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to take the hex.
Okay.
The assault now goes in. These unit, well, this isn't really a unit, that's just an M60. But this unit is now, go away M60. This half squad of Green Berets is wiped out. And that is our first American casualty mark on the table. That is automatically 4 victory points for the NBA player. If I can take that hex now, he's mine, and he's coming home with me. Mommy, can I keep him? And now he's worth 8 victory points. Same thing with Mr. Clark, if I can take him out. Now, I'm probably going to take him out because he's getting bum rushed by literally 9 guys. 8 guys in the squad plus their commander, and he's by himself. And we have medium machine guns with us.
Okay.
Now, he is in a hooch. He gets a bonus for that. He can also throw in 1 grenade for every one of his infantry units. He's an infantry unit of 1. He gets to throw in 1 grenade.
Okay.
This is going to affect my target to actually take him out. Okay? He's going to throw in 1 grenade. I have 2 infantry units, my commander and my squad. Now, if I had been smarter, I would have divided the squad ahead of time. That way I would have had 2 squads. This I can throw in 3 grenades. I didn't do that. So now I get to throw in 2 grenades. In fact, you know what? I just remembered. Just for fun. Because I've finally done at least some casualties. You know what I forgot I gave you guys? Besides grenades? Satchel charges.
Nice.
For blowing up trucks of NVA supplies. That 16, that's your attack factor for the turn.
Nice.
Boom! So he might be hugging that satchel charge and pin my medals
Getting
on
his
my chest.
honor.
Tell my mama I done my best, but he's going downtown, man.
I'd start singing the Ballad of the Green Berets, but we'll get dinged.
Yep. Alright, so if he goes, well, you know what? He might not go down now. Alright, so.
Oh, you never know.
He has 18,
not looking good.
He has 18 points. 16 for the satchel charge and 1 for Clark. I'm sorry, 2 for Clark, so that's 18 points.
Yeah.
He gets to force, that +1 forces me to add 1 to my roll. Okay? I have 9, 2, and 3. 9, 2, and 3. That is 11, that is 14. So that satchel charge means that I now technically have a lower attack value than you. That makes it a 1 to 2 attack. However, I get to subtract 3 from my die roll. 1 for my officer and 1 for my 2 grenades. Grenades don't give you, regular grenades, don't give you any attack factor. They just allow you, they modify the roll. That's the negative 1 there. Whereas a satchel charge doesn't modify the roll, it just gives you 16 gigantic explosion points. So, long story short, with your +1 and my -3, we are looking at a 1 to 2 attack, and I have to add. I get to subtract 2 from my die roll. The hooches add to my casualty cost. They don't affect the roll because we're both
Okay.
inside the hooches.
Okay.
So it's a 1 to 2. I can't believe this thing. This guy might actually survive this. Close assault table. A 1 to 2. That's what I have to roll under, or on 2d6. So as you can see, my odds are pretty terrible. However, I get to subtract 2 from the roll. So basically, I have to roll a 7 or less on 2d6. That is,
Okay.
anyone who plays craps knows that is exactly 50-50. That is even money. If my attack is successful, I have to pay 1 casualty point for every infantry unit that was in the hex, plus any terrain bonuses. This is where the hooches do come into account. So now I have to take 3 casualty points. That's not that big a deal. I occupy the hex, and the casualty markers that used to be Clark and the machine gun team are now mine. Okay, that's going to be 16 victory points. That's pretty serious. If this roll fails, which I get, it's literally 50-50, then you own the hex. I take the number of casualty points I would have taken anyway, plus the minus I would have rolled. I don't take the hex. You take a casualty points equal to the number of units that were in the attacking force. There's 2 attacking units in the force. You're only worth 1 victory point. So either way, he's a casualty, but I don't get the hex. Now there's two unclaimed American casualty points in the hex. I don't get the hex. This is the end of my turn. On your turn 6, you send in a rescue force with a medic and you evacuate those casualties. And you turn 16 victory points into 8 victory points. Is the long and short of it. 7 or less. Even if this is a success, you're pretty much wiping out the NBA force. It might still come out as a win. 6. That is an NBA victory. So my 6 becomes a 4 because I'm subtracting net 2 from my dice roll, and a 4 is below what I need to roll on a 1 to 2 close assault. And there was 1 infantry unit in there, and there's plus 2 for buildings. I have to take 3 casualty points. You'll notice that, okay, so that full squad gets knocked down to another half squad. So Clark, before he went down, he took out 1.5 full squads plus another half squad. He took out 16 men. Pretty much by himself.
Okay.
But I do now own that hex. Satchel charge expended, remains expended. We have 2 successfully captured American casualties.
Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. Let's see.
It's time to start kicking down some doors.
All right, we're gonna go right into movement phase.
All right.
Let's go ahead and assault them.
All right.
Let's go for it.
Okay, we'll do opportunity fire on them. F5 is considered a level 2 elevation hex, so he blocks opportunity fire from these hooches down here. Once you step into F5, you're exposed, but you're not going to do that. You're going to be in those woods and you're going to head up north. These guys, however, do get to shoot.
Do we want to do all the movement first, or do you want to do this assault first?
Well, the assaults happen at the end of the turn, but opportunity fire takes place during the opportunity fire and
movement.
assault are 2 different things. So I'm going to do the opportunity fire now, just to keep track.
Okay.
Okay, I get to subtract 1 from my die roll because of my commander. I have to add 2 to my die roll because of your woods. I get to subtract 2 because it's opportunity fire point blank. So it's a grand total of subtract 1, and I get a grand total of 9 points. So it's actually a pretty weak attack. Turn on Mr. Diecam there. I roll a 10. That becomes a 9. That is nothing. So Captain Morgan dodged a lot of gunfire going through there. And now it's going to come in the assault.
Lieutenant Green.
Okay, he's way up here, I think.
Yep. He's going to go to Juliet 7.
Juliet 7.
And unload.
Here's the problem. You are now adjacent to enemy massed units.
Uh-huh.
Oh no. What's under there? You found an anaconda. Yeah, so there was nothing in Juliet 8.
Tastes like chicken.
There you go. Cool. More movement. That gives you 2
Yep.
objective hexes and counting.
We're going to... Oh, keep going. Keep going. Okay. So are you going to do fire then, you think?
I'm literally hung on a bed. So, to explain what I'm thinking to the chat, I could take a shot, a pretty good shot on this helicopter, 22 points. That puts me on the blue column. He is flying. He is not landed. By the time he lands, he's in this hex when I don't have line of sight on him. And the rules that I wrote for helicopters, because again, helicopters are not in the base game. The rules I wrote for helicopters, and come on, helicopter rules, where are you? Or yes, that's my trust me. Helicopters. While in flight, all anti-personnel firepower who fire against them is considered halved except for douches. Well, you've already blown up the douche. Okay, so if I took that 22 shot, it would really be an 11. And that's not nearly as impressive. And the problem is if I don't shoot at him, I'm pretty much giving up this objective hex. You're going to land, and then during your assault phase, your assault and movement phase, you're going to move into that hex and take him. Probably going to assault my mortar team as well. Okay, cool. That's shitty option number 1. Shitty option number 2 is I don't fire. I give you that objective hex, or if I do fire and if I get lucky and maybe knock down that helicopter to prevent you from taking that objective hex, now he's taking his opportunity fire. Herkimer gets to run down the road and either assault him free, at least free from opportunity fire because I've already taken my opportunity fire, or run right down the road and swipe that up. Either way, I lose an objective hex. I don't do very well against helicopters, and I can't shoot at you when you land because of where you're landing. In other words, you are much more vulnerable in this hex than that hex.
Yeah.
Here, you're pretty vulnerable, but I'm sorry, I reversed that. Here, you're not very vulnerable because you're in the air flying. If you were landing here, oh, you bet your ass I'll be taking opportunity fire. But you're not. You're being smart. You're landing behind the hill where I can't see you because I'm blocked by hexes A5 and B4. Or at least A5.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead just to explain to people why I am, Oh, and by the way, you spotted these 2 guys as you flew over them. Because they're in the open. Okay, so he's landed there with no problem. Nobody shot at him. I know my mortar crew's not shooting at them because he's got other things he's going to do. In fact, mortars aren't even allowed to shoot at helicopters. Because, how silly does that sound?
Cool.
And these guys are revealed. What was it? It was a T-Rex. You flew over a T-Rex. There's a T-Rex holding that objective X. Good luck taking that objective X. He's got his buddy with him. Alrighty.
Let's move this Huey that's in Juliet 4.
Okay. Got him.
And let's put it in Bravo 6.
See, now you're just daring me. Can my mortar crew assault a land? Oh no, because you didn't say you were landed. I can't assault a helicopter when it's not landed. Okay.
Now the question is, can a helicopter take an objective?
He has to land to do it. And when he lands, I can assault a landed helicopter. That's never pretty.
Okay, can you zoom out, please?
Yep. So the answer is yes, if you don't think you're going to get assaulted.
The Huey up at the top there. And
Yep.
can you put it where the eject marker is, where the T-Rexes were?
Sure.
And land it.
She is landed. Boom. On the bottom of the hex, so she's landed. Okay, to defensive fire. Since these guys didn't ever get opportunity fire. They're going to take their fire now against that gunship,
Okay.
which they can barely see. The Woods Hex and Foxtrot 3 almost blocks it, but not quite. A grand total of 9 plus 10, that's 19, 22 points. It's a flying helicopter, knock that down to 11. Shoot down that motivating gunship. Do it! An 8, I don't think so. An 8 is 1 casualty point. That helicopter is technically, you can either be pinned and be safe, or you can make a casualty check to see if the helicopter crashes.
And what do I do for a casualty check again?
I have to roll above a 4 on a d6. I have to roll over your casualty rating.
Ooh. You know what? It's last turn. If you pin it, then it can't do any opportunity fire. So, go ahead and roll.
Okay. That was a onboard casualty point, and she's taking. This is the helicopter pilot saying, "We're going in. We're taking fire. I don't care. Stay on target.
Right.
Stay on target." 2. He's good.
Woo!
He made it. Awesome. Last bit of defensive fire is going to be the. I now have 2 targets. Oh, I have no target here because I have no one to spot. So I have to fire the mortars this way. The minimum range on that mortar is 2, so that's the small 2 next to my range. So pretty much I have to shoot it this way. So that's now that's okay. This is what I was talking about before. That's a heavy support weapon. So the crew that is operating that heavy support weapon, unless he's a full squad, this guy's a half squad, does not get to add his 5 to the attack. They're not firing AKs and mortars. They can only fire the mortar. That's not true with a full squad, and that's not true with a light support weapon like PK, RPGs, M60s. That's a heavier piece of gear right there. So I only have 6, and I get to subtract 1 from my roll. You're in no cover, so it's 6 minus 1 from my roll. Last ditch defense here. That puts me there on the 5 to 10, and turn on Mr. Webcam. And a 5 minus 1 becomes a 4. That is 4 casualty points. That mortar shell landed right in the middle of somebody.
Alright. Knock down to half squad.
Knock down to half squad, that's 3. Because he goes from. Let me get a half squad copy over here. Casualty rating is the last number on the counter. That that number just went from a 6 to a 3. So that's 3. And 1 casualty point. The difference is that casualty point, or that casualty marker, is not in an NVA hex. He's got lots of buddies. In fact, he's got a medic right there.
Right.
A medic and a helicopter. Okay, and now you gotta pin one more unit. You can pin the half squad, you can pin the medic, or you can pin the officer. All 3 choices are terrible. The good news is I would not pin the officer. You are elite troops. You get to try to unpin at the end of your turn, which is right around the corner.
Let's go ahead and pin the medic.
Okay, the medic is pinned. Game over, man. Okay, that's actually probably the good choice, because the after-action phase, even if you don't have a functioning medic, a functioning medic evacuates the casualty automatically. Also, that half squad is carrying the blue, so he's worth 10 points, not 6. And Huey is in there, but not landed. Okay, so I think that's it for my fire. We now do your assault.
Okay.
Okay, this assault's gonna be nasty. Morgan, what are you doing? Tell him the captain sent you. Okay, you have 2 infantry. Actually, no, you have 3 infantry units in there. Cool, so we're gonna throw in 3 grenades. I have 2 infantry units in the hex. I'm gonna throw in 2 grenades to save myself. That is the commander and the half squad. He's throwing in 2. Morgan's chucking in 1. Full squad's chucking in 1. Half squad's chucking in 1. Oh my god. Okay. You have 2 for Morgan, 12 for the full squad, that's 14, plus 6 for the half squad, that's 20, plus 3 for the M60, that is 23 total points. I have a grand total of, I think, 7. 10. 5
10. Yeah.
plus, yeah, so 10. So that is an even, or that's an easy 2 to 1. So you're already on a better attack column than I was before. That's 2 to 1. You get to subtract, let me turn on Mr. Webcam here. You get to subtract 2 from your die roll for your commander. You get to subtract 3 from your die roll because of your 3 grenades. I get to add 1 to my die roll for my +1 commander, and I get to add 2 to the die roll for my grenades. So it's a total of -5 versus +3. You get to subtract a net -2. Yeah, there goes your 3 versus 3. You get to subtract -2 from your roll. This is a heavy roll. You gotta make this roll. You start off on a 2 to 1. You have to roll an 8. You get to subtract 2 from your roll. So what you're really looking for is a 10 or less on
Okay.
2d6. It's a pretty easy roll. Please don't fluff it.
Like you just jinxed me.
Yep.
I got a 9.
Cool. All right. If that had been a 10, well, a 10 still would have given it to you. If it had been an 11 or a 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would literally be an NBA victory. But you got it. So NBA units are automatically wiped out. And that is 2, because that was a successful assault against NBA units. That is 2 POWs. Expended, 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 expended. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Now there were 2 infantry units in that hex, and there were there's a hooch in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth 2, so that's a grand total of 4 casualty points that assault cost you.
Okay.
You've got 2 prisoners. That's worth 8 points back to you. Okay, after action phase. So let's do this hex by hex. In this stack, you've got 1 pinned down unit and 1 casualty marker. You've got no medics. However, your Green Berets do have, first aid training or whatever. They can try to evacuate the casualty, stabilize the casualty on their own. They just have to roll for it, as opposed to a medic that does it automatically.
Right.
So, the pinned guy can't do anything because he's pinned. Okay, so the unpinned guy can try to evacuate the casualty. He gets 1 roll, and the casualty gets 1 roll, so to speak. In other words, you can only roll once to evacuate the casualty. It's just who's going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
The captain can do it. The captain gets a +2 on his roll, so it's more likely, but then he doesn't get a chance to help rally this unit. That unit has to rally on his own. So there's
Right.
a lot of, it's, Valor Victory is one of those games that looks simple, but once you get down into the weeds, there's a lot of little choices the game throws at you. Pretty much, you're now Captain Morgan in those hooches. You've got prisoners running around, you've got casualties, you've got pinned down guys that are not having a good day. There's a lot going on in those hooches.
So let's have the half squad try to evac.
Okay, the half squad is going to try an evac. He has to make the normal rally check, which is a 6 or less on 2d6. However, he gets to make that a 7 because he's elite.
Okay. 7 or less on 2D.
It's 2d6.
Here we go. 7.
He made it. He just barely made it. That casualty
Barely.
is safely off the board. Or, I mean, he didn't teleport. There's no helicopter in there, but he's stabilized. You don't have to worry about him.
Sure.
He's still 4 victory points, but if I now assault that hex and take it, he doesn't count as 8 victory points. He is safe. He's already on his way back to Da Nang.
Okay.
Okay? And now the officer, Morgan, gets to assist with the rally check on the pinned down half squad. The pinned down half squad goes from a 6 to a 7 because he's elite, and he gets to add 2 to his roll because he is Morgan's leadership bonus. So he's basically looking at a, holy shit, he's looking at a 9 or less. Is that right? Yeah, 7
Yep.
plus 2.
8.
Yeah, Green Berets do not stay pinned for long.
All right. Well, we'll try the half squad to evac the casualty.
Okay, he's doing it by himself. Cool. So
Yep.
he has to roll a 7 or less.
7 or less. 3.
Cool, he made it. It's another safe casualty. Okay, and now the medic rallies on an adjusted 8 or less because he has Dearborn helping him.
8 or less. 5.
Cool. your advance and assault phase, your guys now get a chance to move 1 hex.
Right.
The only ones that don't do that are the guys who assaulted.
Right.
So is this where you occupy this objective hex?
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
And that gives you 4 objective hexes. Sweet. So you fulfilled the mission. Now victory or defeat just comes down to did it cost you too much.
Right.
Unless I take one of those hexes back from you. That squad is now within the minimum range of my mortar. My mortar can only fire out to 2, cannot fire at 1 hex. You're literally
Right.
too close. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna try to assault that helicopter.
Ooh.
Steal back the game at the last second. They're basically going to abandon that mortar. Now, here's the crazy thing. That Huey is going to get opportunity fire. He's got 2 door guns. He's got a 5 that can fire in any direction. He's going to get a chance to shoot before I assault him.
That's right.
And I would put any other opportunity fire.
Did that other Huey get opportunity fire on them? The one in
That's a good question.
Bravo 6?
Let me check. So he started in A7. When I move here, actually, technically, yes.
So let's go for it.
Go for it. You're on this green column right here, and you have to add 3 to your roll.
Okay.
That's the bad news.
That's the bad news. And that's not good. I got a 10.
Modified 13, that is no.
It's all right. I got another chance.
And now here, because you're shooting straight into a woods hex. Yeah, straight into a woods hex. So
Even
you
put out.
Now you're rolling basically the same roll you just made, except you have to subtract nothing from any roll.
Yep.
Add nothing, subtract nothing.
5.
5 becomes 2 casualty. No, 5 becomes 3 casualty points. So these guys bailed out of the woods. There's 2 casualty points. There's another casualty point. Chopped up that whole group as they ran out of the woods. Oh,
Thank
no.
God.
Yep. Alright, finish up my movement. One last assault in here.
Dun dun dun.
And one last assault in here.
What
Get
is
to
that?
the chopper! Okay, spoiler alert. These are all, you have now tabled the NBA force except for these guys up in the hooch. These are all whatchamacallit counters. These are all dummies. I don't remember what some of them are.
Really? It seemed like you had a lot more guys than that.
Oh, you wiped me out. What it cost me was that victory, in air quotes, that victory against Sergeant Clark.
Oh.
That chewed up about half the NBA force. Okay, so, alright, that is the end of the NBA turn. And the end of turn 6 is pretty much the end of the game. There are only 4 left. 1, 2 for the full squad, 2 for the 2 half squads. So that is 14 kills equals 14 points. Out of those 14 points, however, 2 of them are prisoners. So they were not killed. So that goes down to 12 points. 12 points plus 2 POWs is 8 points, is 4 points. 8 points apiece, 4 points apiece. Regular evacuated POWs is 4 VP for enemy players, so that is 8 equals a total of 20 victory points. So it's 12 in dead casualties plus 8 in captured casualties equals 20 plus 4 victory, 4 objective X's equals 20 more. That equals 40 total points. The NBA have 15 in victory points, 16 for Clark and his machine gunner, that's 31. And 2 secured casualties is another 4. Another 8. Holy shit. 39. 39. Come on, man. Come on. There's the math, guys. Oh my god. Does anyone have any questions how I arrived at that, or are we just gonna 39 to 40 American victory? Oh my God. Yep. So so hopefully it became clear how asymmetrical you had to pretty much table the NBA and accomplish the mission. And you could really only take, really 4 casualty points. Because 2 of them wound up being unsecured. Unsecured casualty points are bad news. That's 16 out of my 39 points. 15 are from the 3 victory hexes that I technically still control. And 8 are from the 2 casualty points that you got back to Da Nang. So, 16 plus 15 equals 31 plus 8 equals 39 against your 40. 12 plus 8 plus 20 is, I'm just checking the math one more time. 40 to 39. I lost by 1 point. That ain't right. Oh, I quit. I'm not gaming no more. I'm gonna go home and cry. I already am home. I'm gonna go to my bed and cry.
That was a really good game.
Yeah, but it comes down to 1 point. I was afraid I was running away with it, but then I was like, wait a minute. So that one literally did come down to the last die roll. We just didn't know it. In retrospect, last die roll, last turn, victory by 1 point. As a scenario designer, that is money. That is liquid gold right there. I love it when that happens. I would rather lose
Yeah,
a
it was
game.
not lopsided at all. So
I would rather lose a game by 1 point than win it by 10. At least if I design the scenario. Valor Victory, guys, if you ever want to give it a shot, it's at valor-and.victory.com. Go to this website and download this game. It will cost you exactly $0.00. Everything on there is free. They don't have Vietnam because he wrote it for World War II, but he's got maps, he's got scenarios, he's got a full game system, and it will really give you a feel for how squad level combat really happens.